Dah beli rumah. Rumah ada barang. Apa hal?
Dia barang bukan furniture Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, welcome to our podcast. Okay, kita sembang Simpang atau property shop at Simpang Bedok ni, kita location kita kat mana tau guys? Kita dekat 11 Spice. So if you all datang, you all want to ask for enquiries ke on properties lah enquiries ke, you need to ask more about your property, you can call us atau you can walk in kalau kita dekat dalam. Kalau tak, number kita semua dekat luar. We have 9 agent here. So 9 of us with a total experience of about 100 over years lah kan. Pasal 90 lebih 9 orang each of us.
I think it's close to 200.
Is it?
Yeah, because all of us are 16 to 18 years of experience. So kalau ada 9 orang dah almost.
Dah banyak lah, 100 lebih lah Okay, so our number is outside. So if you want to contact us, you nak tanya, you just call us. Then you can make appointment. Kita boleh datang to Simpang Bedok and then we can talk here. It's more comfortable lah. Okay, so what case are we doing today? Kita case sharing ni, kita ada 3 case sharing.
Okay, so so the case is apa tau sekarang? Dah beli rumah. Rumah ada barang. Apa hal?
Dia barang bukan furniture Okay, we are talking about entity. We are talking about something X-file punya barang lah yang you tak tahu the what you call that?
Yeah, okay lah. Put it this way. So normally when kita beli rumah sometimes you don't really see all this kind of stuff lah, you know. Until when sebab tu lah ni kadang-kadang ni lain orang lain style lah, no. Kadang-kadang benda ni tak mengacau, you know. But the so-called the case that we have which is at Hougang, okay, the unit was sold at a very good price. Kan? And location wise also is very good. It's near amenities.
It's a good place lah. Dia kan dia owner dia dah pass away, dah meninggal. So ni rumah Farid lah so called. So diorang actually sewers. Before that they sewer. So
it was on rental lah.
It's on rental. Correct. Tapi lepas tu HDB biasalah pasal owner dah tak ada.
They cannot renew.
They cannot renew. So they have to sell this house. Okay. So at that point of time bila dia ada that ini kan rental is like 1 year. Takkan orang nak sewa 2-3 bulan. So dia for a certain period it's empty. Rumah tu kosong. Tak ada.
Oh yalah because once the tenancy agreement complete, they cannot renew lah because the owner of the house, for the estate they cannot sign on behalf of the owner because the owner is no longer there. So the only option is to sell it off.
Okay. Alright. So this kind of house ada orang pantang, ada orang tak pantang. Okay. So what happened to our case is this lah. Kita dah beli rumah, everything, kita serve the buyer. So bila kita masuk rumah tu, pada kita we don't find any weirdness lah, tak weird lah pada kita kan. So but bila kita buat final inspection, kita nak hand over. So bila kita jalan-jalan, lepas tu biasalah kita balik kan. But bila dah balik kan, the next day my client telefon, dia cakap kak rumah ni anything ke kak? Cakap anything apa? What do you mean by anything? Oh, pasal tadi adik saudara saya cuba buka pintu, dia macam ada orang tolak balik. Then I was like, I don't think it's orang tolak balik.
Yeah, that one bukan. Because honestly speaking, for me, because I'm more of a...
Kita kan try.
Correct. Okay, what that one I corrected them because in terms of engineering, because so what happened is that memang that time when I tried, because there's some issue with the locking mechanism. Alright, so basically we retried that, and in fact actually we make in such a way that kita try make sure that somebody is inside.
Ayam kat dalam.
Correct. So make sure correct. So we confirm that actually memang that door needs some working on too lah. You know, maybe they need to change lah.
Dia tolak macam the thing like menganjal lah, tolak balik lah. So kita cakap tak ada, kita semalam try buka pun sama. It's the same. Dia cakap lepas tu cakap kak okay, dia taruh. Then later dia punya husband dah telefon, kak are you sure not? Pasal semalam kan pasal rumah dia macam lip
It's a door-to-door facing lah.
Lepas tu
Door-to-door facing.
nampak dia punya window kan kat luar kan. So from the lift you can see the window. Pasal dia dua unit je. So
from the lift to the corridor.
From the lift to you can see the corridor window. So not corridor window dia dekat luar, dekat what you call it?
The lift landing lah.
Lift landing. So dia bukan dekat normal punya rumah yang corridor unit yang dia punya window.
It's a door to door. There's no corridor.
Dia tak ada window window dia tu tempat kosong lah. But from the lift you can see the window, right? So happen dia cakap kita nampak orang kak. Masa kita semua dah keluar tunggu lift kan, saya nampak.
Tapi yang nampak dia seorang je kan.
Dia seorang je.
Sebab kita I pun diri sana lama apa. Tak ada apa-apa pun.
Pada kita nothing. Tapi dia cakap dia nampak orang. Wallahualam lah.
Wallahualam
So dia cakap dia nampak. So it's like nampak orang. Kak ada orang. Dia tanya the ex-owner lelaki perempuan. So I remember the last time agent tu cakap lelaki. So cakap ya dia nampak lelaki dekat dalam. So dia tanyalah owner dia meninggal dekat rumah ke, kat hospital ke. So kita tanyalah as to our knowledge lah kan. Kita tanya agent cakap ni owner dia meninggal dekat hospital. Time dia renting tu owner dia meninggal kat hospital. But lelaki betul lelaki. But tak tahulah tu ada benda singgah ke apa, kita pun tak tahulah kan.
Sebab tu lah, yalah. Tapi alhamdulillah they already move in. They already renovated the house to now it looks very nice, very bright and very happy. So alhamdulillah lah, you know.
Neighbor pun baik.
Neighbor bagus.
Penting
yes, correct.
tau, neighbor ni is very important. Pasal
correct.
you're going to live there at least 5 years at least Lepas tu kalau you dapat neighbor yang tak boleh sikit lebih kurang, it's a bit of problem
correct.
Senang cakap lah, hantu kadang-kadang dia kacau kita, kadang tak kacau kan. Tapi orang
kadang-kadang
tak
pun
kacau.
tapi kadang-kadang orang yang benda ni meninggal lah, all this kind of stuff.
You don't know.
Even a normal house also sometimes, you know, these things bound to happen, you know. But rest assured all these things are, you know, kalau you all solat, all this kind of thing, I think insyaAllah lah the house shouldn't be an issue lah.
Shouldn't be an issue lah.
Okay. So then there's another house. Is it? We have at Teck Whye. Teck Whye. So okay. Itu rumah very unique When kita view the house, kan, the house was full with whole hall area is kira memang
dia ada otter dia.
Dah macam
dia,
museum
semua ada banyak idol tau. Daripada Thailand, daripada Jepun, daripada apa. So it's
daripada
kalau
Bali.
There's so many what you call that?
But the house very unique. The house
rumah
very nice.
Satu
cuma
tak payah buat pun. Rumah dia baru buat. Semua baru.
The kitchen is almost brand new. The toilet brand new. The rooms are all brand new.
Even the built-in cabinet pun is perfect condition lah. It's a good condition. Pandai jagalah owner ni. The satu hiccup dia, satu yang dia punya cons dia is that dekat luar tu ada otter dia buat especially for the idols, and there's a lot of idols. Every idol dia ada taruh $10 tak tahu apalah kan. Habis ada idol yang tapi dia terlalu banyak. In this case kita cakap dengan dia, we go against the house lah. Kita cakap, are you sure tak nak beli rumah ni?
But the funny part is that the buyer, they love the house.
Dia suka.
Because of the fact that demi rumah tak payah buat apa-apa except for clearing of the
dengan
idols.
remove dia punya otter je lah.
Yeah, correct. That's the only request that dia tu. But then again, diorang ada weird request also.
Ada weird request. Pasal you see, diorang ada idol, then they also have this 200 years old punya statue. It costs like 200,000. That idol. It's very big, besar. Like half of him half. Dia duduk.
Besar tu.
It's besar. So it's about $200,000 which
correct. He's an antique collector lah, I think.
So dia suka simpan ada yang pelik-pelik. Tak pernah nampak pun ada yang very very pelik lah. So kita, ini dia punya what you call that, kepercayaan diorang kan. Kita pun tak boleh cakap apa. But my owner ni dia takut diorang akan tinggalkan tu idols. kat dalam rumah. So I tell him, I don't think they will tinggalkan lah, because this thing berharga.
Berharga, correct.
These are
correct.
expensive stuff. Actually, kalau you taruh kat museum pun boleh, pasal dia dah beratus tahun kan. So dia cakap, you jual pun you dapat duit kalau dia tinggal. Tapi cakap, tak nak kak, kita don't want this kind of responsibility.
Yes, correct. We understand lah this
Kita
particular
faham.
predicament lah. Yeah.
But-
So we also actually ask the seller lah. So what you gonna do? Are you gonna leave behind? Jokingly lah, you know. Terus cakap, oh no. Okay. Dia will clear everything. They will find a day actually.
Ya,
for
dia akan pakai feng shui master dia,
dia
dia punya.
Correct. I find them very good lah. You know.
But the thing is that kita actually as agent pasal kita sometimes kita pun takut lah. We don't want anything to yang kita tak suka akan berlaku. So kita cakap dengan klien, asal tak nak ambil rumah tu, kenapa nak ambil rumah ni? Memang rumah ni cantik, betul, tapi all this thing, are you prepare? Cakap tak apa kak, ni nanti kita datang, kita akan buat kenduri, kita akan sema, dapat debu. Okay, our concern is just that dia minta the owner to sign indemnity tau, yang cakap yang diorang akan keluarkan ni idols. Bila they shift, they need to take out. Zero idol supposed to,
stay
in the house. So kita buatlah ni perjanjian. To me is that confirm dia ni tak nak tinggalkan lah, pasal benda-benda ni mahal, bukan murah. Punya barang yang beratus tahun ni, dia consider macam antik kan. But okay lah, sedapkan hati dia, kita buat lah. Kita cakap dengan the seller, cakap, can you write this one? Cakap, I will bring. I know you will bring, but this one is just for untuk dia punya mental assurance lah, dia punya mental assurance yang kita dia he won't see all these thing when they shift lah. Okay.
Actually kita pun actually macam alamak macam ni alamak ni kita dah kena cakap jugalah, because you know why?
Takut orang tersinggung.
Bukan only our buyer punya mental, agent punya mental pun cakap, alamak nanti kalau apa-apa terjadi kita juga kena.
So kita itu kepercayaan diorang, kita tak boleh macam be very harsh. We need to be very diplomatic kan in advising them.
Yeah, correct.
Pasal itu to each their own. Dia orang percaya date, we also percaya something else, then we cannot langgar lah kan. We have to be very diplomatic.
Respectful.
Must be respectful, must be diplomatic in advising our client lah. But we tell them that their concern is to bring, because they don't want to. Kita pun cakap lah, they also don't want, if you leave, what if they throw outside the rubbish bin? They also feel like it's disrespectful.
It's not right lah. It's not right.
Then disrespectful for them also. Cakap no, confirm I will bring. These are all my things. These are all I buy overseas. I won't leave them. Tapi kita still tulis lah itu indemnity kan. Just to be sure. Okay.
So that is for that particular lah. Dan kita ada lagi satu.
Ada.
This one is kat mana kak? Oh, Bukit Batu
Bukit
rumah
Batu.
ni kira basically this rumah susah nak jual lah. Kan? So but why was it susah nak jual
Location baik. The unit is kena buat sikit, but cuma satu is that
okay.
So kita tak the house, orang datang banyak tau. Orang everybody
because,
who come to the house like the house because of the design. It look big for a 3-room. It look big. And then
Dia semua actually very serious no. They say okay. But then after they go off macam tak ada offer.
It's like apa ni? You know, as an agent kita cakap kita can gauge rumah tu, orang tu macam nampak macam orang suka. Macam ada Chan, tapi tak ada Chan. Every time people go out,
Chan Mali Chan.
yeah, it's like macam diorang ni mempermainkan perasaan aku apa. So it's like, kenapa rumah ni tak gerak? It's like very weird lah. So I suggest to Akbar lah, I tell him that maybe kita azankan rumah tu. Pasal kita jual. This time is we are the seller.
We representing the seller, correct.
We representing the seller.
So yeah, correct. Because it's a bit weird lah, because kita buyer after buyer comes down, satu kali viewing ada dalam minimum two buyer. And other than that, there's one sampai 5 set of buyers. And all of them come in and they are very in fact after the azan it was even better lah. Correct. The number of buyers.
After kita dah azankan rumah tu
Tapi alhamdulillah lah
then ada a genuine offer. Ada 2 genuine offer. So we accept one. Which is kita dah bilang dengan the client, cakap kita azankan rumah okey tak? Dia cakap my siapa entah dia punya kakak saudara ke siapa, dia cakap dia datang, dia pun tahu menahu kat pasal ni semua. Dia datang rumah saya, cakap rumah saya okey, clear, tak ada apa-apa. It might not be anything, but we also don't know. So tak apa, ini kita ambil berkat just to so-called macam apa, kasih cahaya sikit rumah tu. Maybe orang datang, orang suka ambil, terbuka.
But not to say that like by azan all this thing will cause but cuma kira kita ni nak ambil nak ambil barakah lah,
so we try ways and means lah. Kalau kita as a Muslim, kita percaya yang if kita percayalah yang nak datangkan rezeki, nak datangkan apa, nak
solat kat rumah,
pemudahkan urusan kita akan try to azan, try to this, to try to that lah. These are the things which we as an agent we try. Kan kita pernah sekali tu panggil pun dekat mana tu daerah Bishan, kita also pernah panggil imam masjid datang. Kan pernah, but this I'm talking about this Bukit Batok yang kita try resolve the problem. Okay, so what happened is the cerita tu habis itu tau. So after we sold the house, kan,
after the azan dan basically that particular weekend, so called 2 weekends after that lah
tak
we
ada
managed
orang
to
kita
we sold after 2 weekends.
After the azan, the next viewing. The next viewing kita close. So kadang-kadang kita as an agent, kita ikhtiar lah. Kita tak tahu, kadang-kadang kita nampak each other macam okay je, tapi we don't know. Kadang-kadang susah nak cakap lah we don't know siapa punya.
But what I know about the time dia cakap, bila after the thing was sold, the thing was
masa diorang dah shift,
tengah bersih-bersihkan dia punya storeroom,
nak pindah kan. Dia bersih. Sekali dalam storeroom dia ada tangkal. Ada tangkal ke apa tahu, tapi there is a package color hitam, dia cakap. The package color hitam. So dia bawa tu package yang color hitam tu kat dalam storeroom. Dia pergi jumpa orang. Dia cakap, ini orang taruh ni tangkal, jadi orang tengok rumah tu orang tak suka. Orang tak nak. Pasal dia kes perceraian. The husband, ex-husband dia tak nak jual. Dia punya ex-wife nak jual because satu nak cashback duit kan. Satu is that I want my CPF back. Engkau tinggal, because the ex-wife tak tinggal, yang tinggal ex-husband. So the thing is, dia tinggal kat rumah tu, aku tinggal bersewa. I need my own house, I need my own property. So if this happen, susah for me to move on. I have new husband, aku dah kahwin lagi. So I need my money, I need my CPF. So dia punya, bila dia tanya, actually baru dapat tahu yang ex-husband dia punya kakak yang letak benda tu kat dalam. Why is that? So that orang tak beli rumah tu. So adik dia boleh tinggal forever kat situ. So this is what they say lah kan. Kalau dia bohong, aku bohong lah kan.
Ni lah kira-kira sometimes kita ikhtiar cara lain, ada orang lain pun ikhtiar cara lain.
Pasal kita rasa bila kita tanya dia cakap, kakak Zara cakap tak ada apa-apa, but bila nak shift tu baru tahu yang dalam storeroom tu ada tangkal. There is a black.
Tapi but don't know whether that's the punca lah. Ini setakat kira sandaran orang they think that this could be the reason.
Dia cakap dia bawa tu, dia siapa tak tahu, dia cakap this one is so that rumah tu tak terjual and then so that they can stay there. Macam tu lah. This is what she say lah kan. So it's nak percaya ke tidak,
believe it or not.
So kita pun just tawakal aje lah. Cakap okay lah, if that's cakap nasib baik dah jual lah kan. Kalau
tapi
tak,
alhamdulillah lah. Ultimately kira our duty is actually just to come down, set things right and pray for and hope for, like the smoothest transaction as possible lah, So correct. So lain semua kita serahkan kepada Allah lah.
So guys, kita dekat Simpang Bedok. Kita ada night agent kat sini. So if you have any queries about property, about anything property related, you can just give us a call. Or your
Kalau
number?
ialah basically, okay, my number is 8100-9595.
Okay, my number is 91-911-456.
Yeah.
But dekat kita punya kedai ni ada 9 agent, active
correct.
agent. Semua agent aktif, bukan part time
Kalau misalnya if you want to meet us kan, you of course you can always call us first lah, to set appointment whatsoever. Tapi kalau misalnya you datang sini kan, tak ada orang kat dalam kan, itulah baru kita boleh tengok kat luar tu kita ada gambar 9 agent sekali
Kalau ada orang, you just walk in.
Correct,
Then
correct,
the agent inside actually quite experienced enough to maybe handle your case.
Kita semua all experienced agent lah. Semua lau chow.
So if you tengok agent ni tapi you cakap I don't want this agent, I want another agent, just give us a call kat luar. There is 9 of us. You message ke, call ke, then we maybe can meet at our shop.
Set appointments.
Set appointment, we can meet. Pasal kita punya shop is quite comfortable lah kan. Dah lepas makan kat Spice, panas kan, masuk dalam, sejuk sikit, sejuk hati. Okay.
InsyaAllah.
So if you need help, and then if anybody yang perlukan agent ke apa, you can share our video just so that they can contact us lah. Okay, our number ada kat bawah kan? Ada kat bawah. You can call us at our number yang on this podcast. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Okay.